Well, I'm live and I need to increase, lower. Oh, I need to lower this down. Oh, yeah, that's better. Put that up there. I wasn't sure if I need to lower it. And I'm not even going to attempt to oh my gosh, if I had it lower too, maybe I go like that. Yay. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to uh do it on the phone because I just give up on that. Hello, Kay. How are you? Nice to see you, Kay. I hear my Laylu, which is Layla, my husky mix, out there barking, and I'm in the little room with the door closed. And I hear her barking because I think she must want a toy that my dog has. It's 7 here. What time is it over there? Hi, Susan's nursery. I put a bunch of Coke bottles in the fridge with water to make them really cold. Oh my gosh, I wonder how long she's gonna. Can you guys hear her barking? Oh, it's 6 p.m. there. Ah, yeah. That's what makes it so hard for lives because everybody's, oh my gosh, Bobby Joseph, you're so heavy. Everybody's time zone is so different. So I was looking around the baby room and I said to myself, hi, Jeanette. Welcome back. And I was looking around and I said, look at my babies. They have got to be hot. If I'm really hot, these babies got to be hot. So it's really unfair that I have a lot of heavy clothes on these little ones. So I got to change them. Oh my gosh, this fella. I couldn't carry him around all the time. He's so heavy. I love this sculpt so much. Joseph sculpt. I love, love, love. Yes, I miss a lot of lives because of the time zones. Yeah, I do too. I really do. It's 5. It's 5 at your place, Susan? Okay. 5 p.m., I'm assuming. Sorry, I meant it's 5 p.m. here. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Hi, Angela. I know what time it is at your place. I believe it's 7, right? Angela's a friend of mine. So I thought I would change some babies while we chat. And maybe your baby is so cute. Aw, thank you. This is Bobby Joseph. He's the Joseph sculpt. I weighed him too much, and I said that the last few times I had him on here. I weighed him too much. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you here. How exciting. I have a celebrity here. Oh gosh, yeah, I really weighed him too much. He's so heavy. Oh my goodness, what's am I going to do with him? So I thought I would dress some babies and just do some Q&A or my little blocks that I did last time, where I just pull out some oh, I dropped it. So these blocks here are blocks that when I worked in the mental health field, I utilized in support groups sometimes just to I guess ease the waters and make things more comfortable. So basically it's Jenga. And on the Jenga blocks, I just have different questions. So what we would do is we would put the Jengas together and then you would remove one and then you would answer the question. And that's kind of the way we would play it. He's a chunky baby like mine were. Yes, mine were chunky too. That's why I love them. Mine were chunky too. I got to put some pictures up of mine. Mine were chunky. Well, more my son Silas was really chunky compared to Sophia. But they both, when they were about 1, 2, 3, had little bellies. And then the bellies disappeared as they got older. But yeah, so I like the chunky babies. So I've got to put this fella down. Where am I going to put him? You like the blocks? Ange, good. I'm happy you do. I do too. Where's we going to put you, buddy? My goodness, I have a small space here. I might have to hold you. Okay, let's try the blocks. Have we did this one before? Oh, this is an easy one. Do you prefer chocolate or vanilla? It all depends for me what it is, but I'd say chocolate. What about you guys? I haven't created my Joseph yet. He's fun. Doing Joseph is fun. He is so, it's 3 p.m. there, Wendy? Wow. Few hours of the difference. Do they have that scope with eyes? Yes, they do have the Joseph awake. They do. They have Joseph awake, but look how chunky he is. I mean, I can't help but laugh, and anything that makes me laugh, anything that makes anybody laugh is perfect, right? Yeah, I can't help but laugh with him. Yes, you like vanilla? Yep. Oh my gosh, this is a hard one. I find this a hard one, right? When it talks about talking about yourself. Okay, list 3 things you like about the way you look. Oh my sweet, heaven forbid. Chocolate, Angela. Both equally, Kay? Really? Wow. Wow. 3 things about the way I look. Oh my gosh. I don't like this question. This is a weird one. I don't like looks because I've always hated my looks. It's always been something that I really, really struggled with. See Charlotte back there? Jackie, there's me, Charlotte. So let me see. My eyes. I guess I could say I like my eyes. When I was younger, I liked my eyelashes because they were longer. What else can I say about my smile? I have a big smile. It's good for now until I start losing teeth. Then I don't know what I'll do. Your hair, your eyes, and your smile. Well, that was quick, Susan. I like that. I like that. Always chocolate, Susan says. Always chocolate. Okay, so let's see. I didn't say 3, did I? I said 2. I don't know. 3. I could say things if it wasn't about looks. I don't know my teeth, maybe. I'll say my teeth. I'll say my teeth. Your hair, Angela. Yes, you have wonderful hair. So what I was going to do with my babies is I was going to get them dressed in cooler clothes. Just strip them down, really, because the poor things are sweating to death. So basically, I'm going to take this off and just let Joseph just have a onesie on. And I think that's all they need, really, in this heat. I mean, it's really hot here. It has been the last few days. Prior to that, it was just rain, rain, rain. But it has been hotty. You like your hair, Jeanette? You know what? My other live that I had on Sunday afternoon, we were talking and people were talking about their babies and stuff. I couldn't go back and look at that live because I wanted to go back and check out some people's suggestions that they put on there where they get their babies and also some actual channels. And I said, oh my gosh, I want to go back and look at that live, and I couldn't. So if anybody's on here, I put it up this time. And I clicked the little button before the live started, and it said, click the button and you can, I don't know, look at the live again, but I don't know. So there's Joseph. He's all ready. I got to sit him down. The question is, where do I put him? I guess I'll move these 2. I'll move these 2 and I'll put him up there. Excusez-moi for a second. Oh my gosh, Joseph. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's my boy. He's my boy. So I have these babies, and these babies I've had for a while. This is a way to introduce some of my babies too. This is Jack and Jill. And these are the pre-painted babies. I'm assuming they were one of my, I think they were the first ones I ever got. And I think I got them for Bountiful Baby, if I was to guess. It was quite a while ago. Okay, I think we've done that one before. Let's see. Because I know we did some before. Okay, here's an interesting one. Would you rather be able to fly or become invisible? Would you rather be able to fly or become invisible? So glad I caught your live. I told my son I have to watch you while I cook. Fantastic. Blessing, Reborn Dog. I love that. You're cooking and you're watching me. Oh, you like these little ones? What is your address? Can I send you a vintage doll that want to be me for my grandma? My address actually is in my YouTube in the description. But you can send me a message. I'm not really sure what you're wanting me to do. But sure, yeah, send me. My email's there too. You can send me an email. You want to fly? I love these little Jack and Jill babies. I think I would want to become invisible if I could turn it off and on. If I couldn't turn it off and on, I wouldn't want to become invisible forever. But I'd like to become invisible for a short period of time. I think. This is my our baby. So we got Jack and Jill. And I think in one of my older videos, I told a little story about Jack and Jill because Jack and Jill are my babies. And I live close to a park, a really big park. And we have so many deer out here. So many deer. I'm always looking outside and looking at the deer, and we see the baby deers and mama deer, and they're always walking around. And one day I looked outside, and there was 2 little babies under the tree in our backyard. And under the tree in our backyard, they were just sitting there. And I was like, oh my gosh. And sometimes I know moms will leave their babies and then they'll go away and then they'll come back a little while later. And you're not supposed to move them or nothing. But after so many days, the mom didn't come back. So I had to adopt Jack and Jill, and that's just how the story goes, and I'm sticking to it. So there you go. That's Jack and Jill, my babies. Okay. Who you want a vintage doll? Sure. Oh, you're giving it away. What kind of vintage doll? What size body do you have for that kit? For the Joseph kit, you mean? I'm not sure because when I ordered him, I looked up the number and it says in the kit description, I looked up the number and it told you what kit to get or what body to get. So it's kind of like when you order Joseph, you can look and it tells you what body goes with it. So that's kind of what I did. She is from 1973. Oh, for the fawns, the body for the fawns. Oh, it's funny. It's a small body. I can show you, but it was the same thing. I got the kit and I don't know, did the body come with it? Because it's all pre-painted. So it's kind of like a Kimby baby, I guess, where you get them all pre-painted and everything comes together. So I do believe that the body came with the fawns. Now, I know you can buy the fawns. I've seen them on there where there's no painting and you can paint them yourself. She was passed down to me, but my grandmother passed away, and I would like to pass her on to somebody that collects vintage dolls. Oh, how sweet. Well, you know what? I would be honored. You can send me a message. Or you can think about it for a while. Don't ever feel you have to send anything at all. Yeah, see? They look like little babies. I just think they're so sweet. So sweet. Not everybody likes these alternative babies, but I think they're really sweet. Okay, another question. What do we got here? What is one thing that you could not live without? What is one thing that you could not live without? Wow. I mean, I guess you can get into all the stuff like water and food and air and all that stuff, but I think they're talking about more possessions, maybe? I'm not really sure. Your family. Yeah, I agree. I think about that more often when I'm out and about and I see God and family. Yeah, okay. Yeah, when I'm out and about and I think about I'm out and about and I see elderly men or women and they're by themselves or they're walking down the street by themselves in the neighborhood. It's just the same ones, and you see them in the mall or sometimes walking around trying to pick groceries out, and you know the way things are so hard to read. And we seen a lady at Walmart the other day and she's trying to read the packages, and it's so I just don't know what I would feel like. The emptiness and the pain of being alone, and everybody you knew is probably gone, or unless it's your children. I mean, it's so strange. It's sad in a way. Um, I remember when I worked in retail, we had a lot of regulars that would come in, um, and they would just come in just to talk. Same thing. They wouldn't really buy anything. They'd buy one little thing, but they would come in and just to talk. So if you're ever out and about, take those moments because you never know. It might be you someday, right? Who don't have your family anymore. Here in Timberlake, we have a lot of deer in here too. We have the mom with two babies, and sometimes people hit the. Oh, yeah, that is so sad. I see a lot of people dead deer along the highways and stuff. We do have a lot of deer here, and actually in my area in Truro, Nova Scotia, they actually have a call out once a year where so many hunters can kill deer because they're coming in and into the community so much. They're eating everybody's flowers and they're running in the streets and they're laying in the yard. They're like dogs everywhere. There's so many of them. And it's sad, and I understand to a certain point because of accidents and things. As for the flowers, I mean, I don't know. I better not say anything. Yes, I will. I just think you should just have your yard like flowers that the deer don't want. And I mean, we took over their place, especially like around where I am. This was all park and just all woods, and now more and more houses. Blessing reborn dolls. I could not live without my son. He's the love of my life. Oh, I love that. I know our kids are such a big, big part of our lives. Okay, list 3 things that you are most thankful for. 3 things that you're most thankful for. I will say the 3 things that I'm most thankful for is my health currently, my ability to be able to stay home, and the security of my relationship. That's in my family, of course. But I would say I was never secure in my relationship before this one. Um, and I was not mentally healthy very much. And yeah, so I wasn't a very happy person. Where did you say I could find your address, or could you please write me? Well, if you go on my my YouTube page, it'll say at the top, there'll be about me or something. And you go in there and I'll be talking a little bit about me, but down towards the bottom of that, there's my email and my address. You'll find that there. Jesus, my family, and my health. Very nice Blessing Reborn dolls. That's very sweet, Wendy. I don't know if you can see some of my vintage dolls. Back there, I have two Rub-a-Dub-Dubs. That's my lady. That's my baby Brenda. This here is Lazy Daisy. This here is come on, Belinda, come on. What's her name? She irons and stuff. Busy Lizzie. That's Busy Lizzie. And these are baby dolls that I had growing up. The baby Brenda and Lazy Daisy are both the actual dolls I had growing up. Busy Lizzie and these Rub-a-Dubs are dolls that I replaced and got off a site on Facebook because I was wanting to get some of the dolls that I lost as a child. Family and health. That's right, Angela. Perfect. Okay, let's see now. What's your favorite holiday and why? Favorite holiday and why? I think that's changed over the years for me. My favorite holiday when I was young and my parents were together was Christmas, of course. You're a kid, you're excited for Santa, you believe in Santa, you come running downstairs. I'd have to sit at the top of the stairs. My parents wouldn't let us come down until they said. And so Christmas, the belief in Santa Claus and all that excitement was my favorite holiday. When my parents separated, I found Christmas holidays so stressful. And I hated to see it come. And so I despised it. And it made me upset, you know? And it was not until I had my children that I started to love Christmas again. So it's interesting how your circumstances in your life changes how you feel about holidays. So this is my baby, and I have moved him into, gosh, I don't know if it's Kiki kit. I think it might be the Kiki kit. I have placed him to his onesie so he can cool down. So hot. Christmas, Angela, is your favorite. Good. Thanksgiving, yes, because good food and good company is the best. It is. It is. So I have my Ramona here, and she is a knockoff Saskia kit that I found at the thrift store. And I have got to make her cool because this poor thing has got so much hair and she has to be stifling. So I got to cool her down some. Christmas causes a lot of stress with families. It really does. It really does, because I felt that I was torn between two sides, and I don't know, it just made me sad because my parents were not together and I didn't handle it well. I didn't cope well with too much, I guess. I didn't have very good coping skills. And so yeah, that was really hard. So there she is. She's got this on, and this is going to help her. And I think I should put Ramona needs her hair up because she is dying in this heat. I knew I had some hair clips for her. I love her hair. So cute. Ah, I know. I love her hair when it's like this. I do. When I got her at the thrift store, her hair was so, I don't know. It just needed to be washed and cleaned up. And I love it. So many curls. Like this set of hair, the company that made her is called Human. And when I looked it up, it's from Amazon. And what beautiful set of hair they have on her. They've been in your yard a lot too, and they ate her flowers too. And I kind of don't like them being in our yard. Because yes, they do make the dogs tend to want to eat their poop, and it's gross and it's all over the place. And the ticks, like my dog got a kit. I don't think I can put that in her hair. I'll just put her hair up around her face. My dog got a tick last year from deer, and we didn't know. And then when we did find out, she seemed okay, and we took the tick off, and we didn't think much of it. Over time, at least she got some hair out of her face. Over time, we discovered that she was becoming more and more increasingly hard for her to get up and walk. And she just seemed to be so lethargic. And when she would get up, she would cry and cry. And it came to the point that I thought, my gosh, did she fall? Did she hurt herself? And she's only a young dog, like a few years old, Layla. And anyway, took her to the vet and found out she had Lyme disease. And they gave us medicine for her. And it was a long road of recovery. So deer ticks with Lyme disease is really, really scary. Now I have my front yard. I have my front yard with a fence up, and we do use the really good stuff you get from the vet for deer and ticks and stuff, the actual oral medication from the vet. But when she got that tick, it must have been during the time, a month that I forgot or something to give it to them, because I just don't understand it. But it was scary. It was really scary off and on for my Layla for a while. There she is. This is Ramona. Okay. Who else needs to get into something warmer? Let's see. Oh my goodness, she's heavy. This is Sophia. And Sophia is my baby doll that I got at the Showcase store. She is from a company called just Reborn Dolls. You get them at the Showcase store. She is a weighted doll, and she reminds me of my daughter. She reminds me of Shirley Temple, but I call her Sophia because her actual doll name was Sophia, and she reminds me of my daughter Sophia, so I just kept the name. Okay. What helps you relax? She is cute, Kay, and I love her smile. She got little teeth. Her outfit is kind of like a Shirley Temple outfit, like a sailor outfit. And she actually has Charlotte's shoes on. Oh. So yeah, what helps you relax? I like just sitting on my swing outside and just sitting there and thinking and rocking and thinking. A nice bath helps me relax. Oh, her little tie comes right off. A nice bath. After 70 years of living in VA, my dad got Lyme disease. It can be really bad at times. Lyme disease never truly goes away, but it can go dormant. That's right. I found out that because we had to have her tested again for Lyme disease because she seemed like she was going very lethargic again. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And they checked her, I don't know, Lyme count or something. I don't know. I can't remember what they did, but it was fine. So it must have been something else. She must have just not been feeling good. But it is a worry. It is worry. Your poor dad. How does it affect people? Like the same, lethargic, your muscles and things like that? So funny. What helps me relax? Watching true crime movies and holding my reborn babies. I love that. Blessing reborn dolls. I love that. I love crime shows too. You know what? I don't know. I've watched so many of them that I'm finding it hard to find them to watch that I haven't seen. But yeah, I haven't tried the watching the crime shows and loving on my babies. That would be a new one, but I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Oh gosh. What is your favorite thing to do? My favorite thing to do is anything to do with my babies. Talking to you guys, dressing my babies, um, making videos. I'm so happy I found a hobby and something that I love. Because when I stopped working, I really struggled with that because my position and my job um, was mainly my identity. So this is my baby Sophia. And I think I'm just going to leave her naked so she can cool down. She can stay naked for a little while. He got very fatigued, ached, fever, and had trouble with digestion too, but he was able to get it under control with a high powered medicine and diet change. Digestion affected too. Yeah, that's, you know what? When I think about it, Layla wouldn't eat. And we tried everything to get her to eat. We were buying raw food, like actual meat from the grocery store, cooking it up, giving it to her, trying it raw, trying everything to get her to eat. And her appetite was pretty much next to nothing. It's too bad we can't take something for Lyme as a preventative measure, but I guess we can't. So let's put you over here, Sophia. And we have my knockoff kit. I've been told I got him at the thrift store. I didn't know what he was. I call him my zombie baby. But this is Henry knockoff kit by Sylvia. I never remember her name. Right now it's so hot outside, so I find doing things is limited to indoors. Yeah, I agree, Janet. I like watching YouTube and playing video games on my laptop. Video games? Wow, what kind of video games do you like? Oh, look at my fella's hairdo. Isn't that different? Isn't he a different fella? Look. Poor widow fella. We got to get him in just his onesie too. I love playing video games, and I haven't got into them in a while because I do find once I start getting back into video games, I kind of don't want to do anything else. Like I need to finish that game, and I'm not one that plays several games. Like my son loves video games, and I'm not one to play several games, but I definitely when I play a game, I don't stop until I beat it. So we have the PlayStation. We do that on there. Hidden objects, mystery games. Haven't tried that. That's cool. I used to have a similar kit by the same artist. She made 3 or 4 in the series of full body vinyl dolls. Oh, by Sylvia, like this not Darren, Henry's artist. Is that what you mean? Blessing Reborn Dolls? Yeah, it's a full body for sure. He's a cutie. I call him my zombie baby. It's terrible, but it's the way his hands are. Woo! Oh, I love my babies. Okay. Now, where am I going to sit you? I'm going to sit you back here by Sophia. here I have my Libby, the Libby kit. And I also call her Libby. Henry, Victoria, and Cameron. Okay. Victoria and Cameron. I got to look those ones up. Yes, I think the sculptor was called Sheila Michaels. The kits were called LDC, Very Soft Vinyl. Yeah. Henry, Victoria, and Cameron. Are those the only babies kits that she did? Oh my gosh, Libby, look what I got on you. I got on you winter PJs. Winter PJs. That's terrible, you poor soul. You're just like suffocating. Gosh, it's like when I had my first child, Sophia. She was born in January, and I just dressed her so warm that she was sweating because I was paranoid that she was going to get cold. Yes, those are the kit names. I had the Victoria Sculpt. I think she made other types of vinyl kits besides those. Oh, how cool. She must not make them anymore. What do you got on you, Libby? It's a little Libby. Isn't she a sweetie? I love her cheeks. I think she's so cute. And she's cooler. Although she does have long sleeves on, but at least she's looking cooler than what she was. Oh, Libby. Let's put Libby over here. And here's my cuddle baby, Jimmy. What other question do we have? What is your favorite meal? What is your favorite meal? Does it have to be a meal or just dessert? I think because I could make ice cream a meal really easy. I really could. I really could. But favorite meal, I guess. I like cashew chicken. I like Thai food quite a bit. And that was something I discovered older. My daughter introduced me to Thai food. Your favorite dessert is strawberry shortcake. Oh, steak and baked potato. Wow. That sounds lovely. I find with the heat, it's really hard to eat. I don't know about you guys, but I find I just want cold things like just an egg sandwich or something. So this is my Jimmy. And he is BLS. He definitely is. He's an authentic kid, but I can't remember his name now. But he's a cuddle baby, and cuddle babies are so cute. So cute. Dessert is coconut cake or pie. Coconut cake. I don't think I've had coconut cake. I've had coconut pie. So let's put a onesie on him. We don't want to have you completely naked. You know, although, and I don't have a diaper on you. How terrible. I just noticed. Holy my, heaven forbid. No diaper. That's just not called for. Mashed potatoes and pork chops. Really, Angela? Mashed potatoes and pork chops. Do you make them a lot for yourself? I don't like pork chops. I find the things that I used to like as I age, I dislike. Like I just can't stomach it. A lot of it is meat. I'm starting to go through some kind of weirdness where I don't want meat. I don't know what that's all about. If I have pork chops, it has to be super thin and well cooked. And I like my meat well cooked. I always have. My partner, maybe that's why, because my partner likes his meat practically rare. So it's a weird combination to kind of get that right. So maybe that's what turns me off a bit. I'm not sure. Let's see. What other questions do we have? There's my Jimmy. He's teething. His cheeks are quite flushed. Or it could be the heat, but I think it's more teething stuff. Tell us about a new thing you've learned. A new thing that you have learned. Oh, you make the hinge? Good. Meat's so expensive here now. Really, really expensive here now. It's hard to get a good deal on any sort of meat. Tell us about a new thing you've learned. Well, I'll tell you about a new thing I learned. How to build a deck. That's awesome. I love that. I learned those things too with my partner. He likes to build things and fix things around the house, and he did put a new deck on, and I learned just by watching him and what he was doing and kind of get this, get that sort of thing. But yeah, I was using power tools and everything like that. So that was a fun time building the deck. But what I learned recently was when I was talking about that lady at Walmart, I was trying to help her find something, and she was looking for a wash detergent that's a disinfectant. And at the beginning, when I was talking to her, I thought she meant the little bursts of things you put in the washer to make like extra smell. Like, they're kind of like shaky things. I don't know what you call them, but you put them in the washer. But she was actually looking for a disinfectant. So I learned you can get this Lysol it's a disinfectant for your laundry. And she said her daughter's really sick, so she adds this to her laundry to make sure that everything is disinfectant well. And she said it was really hard to get during COVID times because a lot of people were forgetting this. And I didn't know it's an additive you add in with your regular laundry detergent. So that's what I learned. You're a meat eater, Angela. Oh, where's the cup right here? Tell about a time when you overcame an obstacle and how did you do it? This is a big one. Tell about a time when you overcame an obstacle and how did you do it? I got to think about that one. Sorry, I had to take a long drink. Overcame an obstacle. Does anybody have anything? I mean, there's so many. You could have small obstacles, really big things to overcome. Losing my dad was a really hard thing to overcome, to get through. During his end days with cancer, he passed at home. I spent a huge amount of time there. Well, actually, I didn't leave and I didn't sleep well. And I don't know where I got the strength to get through it. I really don't. And when he passed, I fell apart. It reminded me about the time when I first went on a medication and I cried and I just couldn't stop. I just started, but I couldn't stop. And I remember sitting in the tub and just crying and crying and crying. And my partner came in and he's very supportive, but he didn't handle this situation very well. He didn't know what to do, I guess. So he was getting angry at me. to stop this, and I'm going to have to call the hospital and blah, blah, blah. And I guess he didn't know what to do. And I imagine, like, it's so different when you're supporting a family member versus someone else, say if it's in a workplace or something, because I did a lot of mental health work. And your emotions get into it, and you cannot help it when your emotions get in there and support. So yeah, he was really reactive. Anyway, it was really hard to overcome. It was Christmas time. He passed on the 30th. And I remember right up to Christmas, I was just not in a good headspace. I couldn't even do Christmas. So yeah, that was something that I had to overcome, and I overcome just in time. I just had so many moments of sadness. And then over time, I talked about it more, shared stories. I wrote about it on my blog. But at the beginnings, I couldn't even talk about it. I worked through a lot of things in my head that I felt were unresolved things. And so I had to work through those things in my head. But yeah, basically over time, and believing that Dad knew that even though he may have had some unresolved things with me and vice versa, that we loved each other and everything was okay, and we just accepted those things. And so once I started to really believe that, it became more easier to move forward. I have drawn a blank. I had breast cancer and put faith in God. Wow. That's a hard one, Kay. Yeah. My oldest son passed away last September. I'm in therapy still and taking medications. Oh, Janet or Jeanette. Oh, I have no idea. I don't know how that feels. I don't, I can only imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what it would feel like to lose a child. My heart breaks for you. I mean, it's really, really good you're in therapy and taking some medications. And I hope those things help. I hope they do. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Death is very hard, Angela. You're right. Very, very hard. And sometimes you just think about it, and just sometimes, I wake up and I think it's not true, and then my mind goes back and goes, yeah, it is true. It's strange. That's why you have to live your life to the fullest. And if you have anything unresolved, you got to take care of it now. You just got to talk about it. Talk about it now. What else do I have here? What's this one? Favorite song. Let's lighten the mood some. What's your favorite song? Cerebral palsy. Yes. Angela. That's your biggest. So what was the question? Tell us about a time when you overcame an obstacle, and how did you do it? How did you do it, Angela? Overcame an obstacle. You're such a positive person. I've known you such a long time, and you're very positive. And but I imagine, maybe, did you ever have times when you just were so angry that of your circumstances, or did you always have this acceptance? And if that's a real personal question, you don't have to answer. I mean, that's brazen of me to ask that question, and I apologize, but it's amazing to me how some obstacles that people do overcome, and then other things that we worry and talk about and get all worked up about are so nothing in comparison, you know? My Girl by the Temptations. My Girl. My favorite song, I would say, would be when I was talking about my dad, thinking about my dad, I used to say to him, "We're here for a long time." No, how does it go? The sun can't shine every day. Oh, what's that song? Oh my gosh. And he used to say to me, "Belinda, don't you remember? The sun can't shine every day." I used to know that chorus really well, and now I drew a blank. Your mother really, really encouraged independence in you. You can see it. Color My World. Not sure who sang it. Color My World. I don't know if I know that one. Don't know if I know that song. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. That's it. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. What behavior do you most want to change in yourself? What behavior do you most want to change? Well, straight up, I think right away is my physical. Do I really want to change it? That's the question. Am I saying this because it's what I know I should change, which is my eating habits and my poor dieting and using food as comfort and not taking care of myself physically? Do I say that I don't want to change it because that's what I know and that's what I feel I should say? Because if I really, really wanted to change it, why aren't I changing it? You know? Yeah. If someone really wants to change something and they're really wanting to do it, they'll do it. So I guess I'm really hoping that I will want to change it. Does that make any sense? My mother taught me I could do anything. She did. She did. Your mother is fantastic. She raised a strong woman because you're very strong, Angela. And your sense of humor is the best I've ever seen. I really didn't know how to take you at first when we met in junior high school because I was so sensitive to what was said to me. You lost 50 pounds. You are changing. You lost 50 pounds getting off medication. Wow. How did you do that, Kay? How are you losing the 50 pounds? Just getting off certain medications or? Oh, that one doesn't have anything on it. Favorite childhood toy. Favorite childhood toy. I don't know if I consider baby dolls toys, but it would definitely be baby dolls. Another thing that I had as a kid is it was this Barbie thing, and you put little slides in, you put paper on top, and you go like this with a pencil, and it would put different clothes on her. So you change the Barbie head, you change her clothes, her pants, and her shoes. And you could flip and put different tiles to make different outfits. And then you put a paper on top and you'd hold it down with this screen that would come across. And then you would use this pencil and you just go like shade it over and it would display this Barbie doll with different clothes on. I thought that was fun. A panda bear, my bike. Yes. You did grow on me, Angela, over time. Angela grew on me over time. I thought you were going to beat me up, Angela. I had to. I'm just joking. Um, a panda bear, yes. And Jeanette, a bike. Oh, I just think of growing up in the 70s and 80s and having my bike and just run in the neighborhood. And it's just those memories that I wish my kids kind of had, but no kids go out and play on bikes anymore. They don't, like, we were told to get outside and not come back in. Like, you just don't come back in, right? Till supper time. And if my mom had company, you just don't come in. We didn't want to go in. There was nothing to do inside anyway. So everybody wanted to play in the neighborhood and jump on our bikes. And we'd go all over the place on those bikes. Our parents, I don't even think, knew where we went. Like, we just drove in little kid packs around the town on our bikes. Such great memories. Just such great memories. No helmets. It's just, wow, so different compared to nowadays. And it really is a lost part of childhood. That's one really downfall of technology. I feel that technology is fantastic, that it reaches out and people can reach out that are homebound and maybe shy to talk in a crowd, but on, mingle, and it's easier to have conversations online. I'm like that. But it just distances the close fun times because people are inside instead of outside. You rode all over the neighborhood too in your bike. Yeah. You had a doll, Sheila. She cried, and do you still have her? Oh, Angela, you have to take a picture of her. Was she a doll that had a string and she cried, or was it batteries? Or I'm interested to know what this doll is, Sheila. And you still have her. How nice. I love that. Do you know that is a vintage doll now, Angela? We're vintage, you know. Oh my gosh, guys. It was a fun live. I loved it. I didn't do all my babies. Got some of them dressed and undressed. I'll have to continue to put them into their onesies because it's way, way too hot. Way too hot. Oh, I have this little one here. I haven't shown him, I don't think. This is Derek. I call him Derek because he actually is the tiny little preemie. Gosh, it's not on his neck. It must be under the flange. He's the tiny little preemie. Gosh, I can't remember what this kid is. I don't know if anybody else can remember. But he reminds me of my brother when I was a kid. And when I first seen him, he seemed so tiny to me. He probably wasn't super tiny, but it seemed so tiny to me. So that's why when I seen this kid, it reminded me of him. Why can't I think of the name of it? But it's so tiny. I want to strip this fella and do him again. Actually, the kid is a female name. But I do want to strip him and do him again because I just don't like his coloring. I don't like the way he turned out. But I love, love, love this sculpt. Love it. He looks like Levi. Well, I don't think he's Levi because he's so tiny. And I think Levi's a bigger baby. Why do I think it starts with an S? 48 years old? The baby? Sheila doll, 48 years old. Wow. Wow, Ange. You'll have to send me a picture. We'll have to look it up see if we can find her online. Yes, look at this beautiful, tiny little face. I mean, look how precious this baby is. Yeah, I gotta strip the baby. He's an early one that I did. And I didn't do his varnish very well because there is a spot that I've lost right there on him. I don't know why, but I did. So beautiful. So beautiful. I want to get another one of these kits because look at this baby. Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. I am going to sign off. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this live. I'm going to try a premiere sometime. I think that's when you just do a video and you upload it as a premiere. And then while it's playing, you can chat with everybody at the same time. I think I'm going to give that a try sometime. My next live will be Sunday again at noon. And I'll try for Tuesdays because Tuesdays my partner is gone out and it's a perfect timing for me. Yes, it is. So thank you guys so much. Have a great week. Take each moment as it comes, one day at a time. And don't forget to take care of yourself and that you always have a choice. No matter what the circumstances, you always have a choice. You're never backed in the corner. You have a choice. All right, guys. Thank you. See you next time, Jeanette. Have a great day, everyone. Good night, Kay. Love yous. Bye.